Welcome to the Vector Garden. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create actual working pattern brushes from a stock vector artwork that should contain some repeating brushes but does not. So we're going to fix that. This artwork, as you can see down here, is from Freepik, and you see these nice shapes that look like they are repeating, but there are some irregularities in them which actually then keeps them from repeating nicely. In order to check out what we need to watch out for, I'm starting with this one here. So this row will actually work because it repeats nicely. Let's take this and I'm going to copy it, create a new file, and then let's paste it in here. And I'm going to make a duplicate. This duplicate needs to be ungrouped. And we're going to ungroup all. Then we're going to delete this. This is the item that repeats, and down here we just have a lot of copies of it. We're just going to create brushes of both of them. So let's first take this, drag it into the brushes panel and make a pattern brush. You see, we even get a corner, so that's nice. And go in here and then do the same with this long one. And again, we get a corner. First of all, I'm going to take the brush tool and draw something with it, like this. And then I'm going to duplicate this and apply the other one. And as you can already see, this one gets somewhat stretched. This one keeps about the proportion it already has. Let's make this a little longer. So I'm going to draw some additional path length to it, and you see now it gets compressed. So because it's so long and always this one gets repeated along the path, it's pretty difficult for Illustrator to keep the proportions of it when applying it to different lengths of paths. Let's create a rectangle, and you can already see, so this is what happens. And even on the shorter side, there we've got duplicates because of the corner elements. The corner itself, it's nice, but there are some longer elements applied, and those do not work on every kind of rectangle. If we are using the other one with it, then you see that works pretty nicely. So obviously, we need to keep them as short as possible. And also, of course, they need to repeat. So let's go back and let's apply that principle to this one here. You can already see when you take a look at this element here that they do not repeat evenly. There's always some sort of movement inside of that, so somewhat shifted. Let's copy it into a new file and paste it here. What we also need to do, let's take a look at this one again. So if we want to have this in a different color and maybe also be able to put it on different backgrounds, then we need to do something about the color as well. But first of all, we need to create this base artwork. So again, I'm going to ungroup that, and then let's keep 3 of them, like so that we can create something with that. And I'm going to select that and let's rotate it like this. Okay, now these elements here, I'm going to delete them. Let's take a look at the original. They should not be there. And then we need to make something out of it. And we also want to have nice corners. Now let's take a look at them again. And you see in here, we have a very regular arrangement of this repeat. So these are not cut in weird ways. And that's what we need to do here as well. So what I will be aiming for is to have it repeat like this. So that's what I'm going to cut, and I need to move these little circles down there and these elements here so that it repeats inside of this frame. We can do that just using a rectangle. We can also use the pattern editing mode, but since this is pretty simple, I'm going to stay with the rectangle. I'm going to apply a thin stroke to that. And let's go back in outline view, and then I'm going to arrange that like this, and it needs to snap up there. And let's zoom out and go back here as well. And then take this and snap it to here and zoom out again. And then I'm going to move that up. And then let's go back into the preview and let's just lock this. The large elements are fine now. What needs to be arranged are these elements here, and I'm going to select one of them and group them all. And then let's get rid of all the others, like so, and now they are grouped. And now I'm going to move that to here, but I'm going to use this anchor point for arrangement, because then I can work more precisely. Let's check out what we can do. So we can move that here and transform again, like so. But that didn't work nicely, so I'm going again to here and arrange that. And this one is nice. Let's select them all, and then let's use the alignment panel. And then doing the same with these, like so. And again, they should probably be aligned on the center. And then I'm going to grab it here by this anchor, move it here, like so. And then let's just transform again by pressing Command and D or Control and D on Windows. One more, and now we can select them all, and then let's make this smaller, like this, again in outline view. So I think I need to make that smaller again, like this. It's now pretty precise, but maybe it's not sufficient. So let's go back into preview, and I'm going to move this by its center point so that it snaps to there. That's okay. We're going to stay with that. Now we have made this precisely, and I'm going to select these all. There are some live strokes in them. So let's go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke, and then we can use the Pathfinder panel and click on Merge, like this. Now these are grouped again, so let's ungroup all. Select one of these blue ones and go to Select, Same Fill Color, and let's delete that. And then let's search for invisible ones. So I'm creating one invisible object. And again, select Same Fill and Stroke and delete. And now we need that rectangle. So I'm going to unlock all. Let's first make sure that it's in front. And then we can just use it. Pathfinder panel and then crop. We're nearly there. Again, we need to ungroup all. This is again invisible, so select Same Fill and Stroke, delete. And now I'm going to select it and apply a black fill. This is an RGB document, so let's click here, RGB black. And we're going to open the brushes panel. It's down here, and drag it inside. Make a pattern brush and select the method to tints. And now you see we've got some nice proposals by Illustrator. We can just check them out. I'm going to stay with this one. And then let's see what we get. Just draw a rectangle and apply that brush. And you can already see this looks nicely. This is also great. We can still check out the other ones, and we can apply different colors to that. So that works as well. So that's how you can convert that kind of artwork into an actual working brush.